Yeah, so playing this one a little different than we did last night. Last night I had the Mariners for a big 10-star play, and that one went our way 8-2. But Seattle's not really known for the offense. You know, 8 runs last night. I don't see that happening again tonight here. They're going up against Oakland's best pitcher with Paul Blackburn taking the mound. Blackburn's got his FIP is just over 3 this season, so that's the fielding independent pitching stat which we look at quite a bit, where we kind of take all things being equal, and it's a bit of a better number than ERA. And then we look at the WHIP; it's just over 1. Opponents are averaging just 2.3 runs per 9 innings against Blackburn this season, so I think he can keep the Mariners in check here tonight. And then on the flip side, we've got George Kirby facing Oakland for the second time this season. Numbers not quite as good as Blackburn, obviously, in 43 innings of work. He did face the A's earlier this season, gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings, so not a great start there. But Oakland here at home, they're a horrible hitting team. They average just 2.4 runs per game at home, so they're right around that number last night. I think Kirby can. I think he can handle them here tonight. I think we see this one more of a first to 3 wins kind of game, unlike last night where the Mariners kind of jumped all over Oakland with 4 home runs. I don't think we see it tonight. I think we see a lower scoring game. I played this one at 7.5 earlier in the day. I think we're looking at a 7 here now, but I think it's still playable with that number. So I'll go with the under tonight.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. Yeah, this Caprillion is someone you don't really want to back on the under, man. Has not had a really good season. About the only positive thing about Oakland is Blackburn this year, as you mentioned, pitching really good. Doesn't give up base runners. A ground ball pitcher at 50%. Of course, again, you got the ballpark as well working in your favor.
Yeah, that's right. In this series, like I said, the last time Kirby faced the A's, it was in Seattle. A's were hitting a little better. I think right now they're just kind of at their worst. You look at that lineup from 1 through 9. There's not a lot of kind of dangerous hitters to have to deal with. So I think Kirby can kind of stay aggressive here tonight. I don't mind either bullpen in this matchup. So I think we're set up well.
All right, Mariners Athletics under total of 7 runs. This one will have a start time 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Sean, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz. We put up great numbers here. The past 7 days amongst the leaders there on over at Pick Dawgz. Tonight we still have 11 games still left for Major League Baseball. We got some 6:40 starts coming up here in about half an hour. That big NHL game. I know you're in play with this one. It's your featured game over at Pick Dawgz. What do you have going over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, so hockey's been going well. Obviously, 89-47 run on money line. So I've got my big game of the year going tonight on Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. I really like the way that one sets up. Too many baseball plays to mention, really. We've already had 2 go off the board. Had the Jays earlier, which won, and then lost with the Phillies first 5 innings. So we'll look to bounce back from that Phillies miss with a full slate. I've got 2 10-star plays going tonight in baseball as well. So it's the summer months. It's kind of a slower time, but for me, I'm actually generally a little higher volume this time of year with baseball starting to heat up, and then also, as you mentioned, CFL. I do release quite a few plays in CFL, at least probably 2 each week. So it's a good time to get on board long term here.
That's right, guys. Again, on board here with Sean Murphy over at Pick Dawgz. We see numbers 375 units of profit last 7 days, all documented. His NHL game of the year right now is game number 4 between the Lightning and Avalanche. Get on board with that. Probably priced is $30 here for Sean's play right here from the NHL tonight. A big 10-star going, as well as individual plays here from Major League Baseball. Of course, so you can get on board with the longer-term passes, which is one of your great values right now. We always talk about that 7-day pass, because if you get that 7-day pass, you get all of Sean's play for 7 days. Baseball for 7 days. If he's in action, CFL as well. But if the Stanley Cup Finals goes 7 games, well, it's covered, because Game 7 is scheduled for Tuesday if it goes that far. So the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals under that 7-day all sports pass. And, of course, you could add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Sean, as always, welcome back. Great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
For sure. So, Tony, have a great night.
You got it. Sean Murphy here on the drive through. Let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. So make sure for that. Okay, looks like we got Big Al McMorty has signed in, so we'll go over to Big Al right now. He's got a game coming up tonight from Major League Baseball. A good one here between the Giants and the Braves. So let's bring in Big Al right now. I think we've got him ready to roll. Let me get to his card here, and we'll get him ready to roll. We'll get him on the show. I think we're set. Here we go, Big Al. Big Al, how you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for bearing with me today.
No worries, no worries. Thanks for making it to the show. Of course, we go here at 7:20 Eastern Time, 1-1 in this series. Braves hosting the Giants. The Braves, you do your shopping. I've seen $40s, I've seen $32s, now I've seen $30s up here. Braves $30, total 9.
Yeah, this is a 4-game series, so this is the third game of the 4-game series. Both teams playing well. Atlanta had that huge win streak, but they've still they've lost 3 of 5, but they're still 16-3. Their last 19. San Francisco 8-3. Its last 11. Charlie Morton gets the start for Atlanta today. Earlier in the season, I was going against him fairly frequently. He wasn't pitching very well to start the year and really hasn't pitched very well all season. His ERA is north of 5 runs a game, but he's coming off his best outing of the season. Tough luck loss. He lost 1-0 to the Cubs. That game, he, though, shut the Cubs out over 7 innings, so no runs, 9 strikeouts, 3 hits. It was a really impressive, and I look at that as almost a buy signal for Charlie Morton here, as I think he's going to, eventually pitch much better than he has been all season long. He's going to go up against Carlos Rodon, and Rodon's coming off back-to-back shutout wins, both by identical 2-0 scores. And I still am going to go against Rodon here because Atlanta's done terrific against left-handed pitchers, 52-32 plus 12.0 net gains. Atlanta also very impressive when they're off a straight-up loss, 84-50 plus 25.2 net games. So I like Atlanta. I like Charlie Morton. I think this is kind of almost a buy low situation where the price is really good based on his season performance thus far. And I'll take Charlie Morton to continue off that really good outing last week.
All right, we've got Big Al McMorton here on the Braves here, minus 130 against the Giants. Yeah, Rodon really has put up some good numbers, but he rarely goes beyond 6 innings. I think he's averaging about 5 2/3. And of course, when you look at the Giants, they haven't really given much offense. 2-5 in his past 7 starts, and the Giants bullpen has been a little leaky. They've been an inconsistent unit this year. So do you kind of factor the bullpens in this one?
I don't. I actually look a lot more on the team offensive side of things than I do the bullpens, and part of it is also the unpredictability of which guy is actually going to get into the game with bullpens. So I don't actually venture into that. I know a lot of guys do, but it's nothing I really focus on.
Yeah, a little difference. Yeah, when you're ahead or behind, it's usually a different rotation, so you just never know where you are in that game. Braves here, minus 130 against the Giants. This one to have a start time of 7:20 Eastern Time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium for tonight. Still 11 games on the card. We got a couple starting here in about 20 minutes. So we got that big hockey game tonight, Game 4, Avalanche and Lightning. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium? It's just the units leader over at Pick Dawgz for 2022.
Yeah, well, I didn't see the end of the game, but I think Toronto was going to win. They were up pretty big in that game. I had the Blue Jays in the afternoon. Yeah, I've got one game still to go tonight in baseball. I've got hockey as well. Been red hot in hockey, 73-48, the last 121. So we have the game for tonight, and then we've got one play in baseball, 65-40. Well, now 66-44 if you tell me that Toronto won. So 66-44, last 110. On the diamond. And then I've also already posted 2 totals winners for upcoming USFL playoff action. A lot of people haven't been paying too much attention to the USFL, but it is the first round of the playoffs. 4 teams did make it, and I've got over-unders in both of those USFL games on Saturday. They're on national TV if folks want to check it out if they haven't yet. And if you want to get on board, a week or a month is the best value.
That's right, guys. Got on board here with Big Al McMorton over at Pick Dawgz Premium. You see numbers, top units produced for 2022 over at Pick Dawgz, 3,143 units of profit, also showing profit the past 7 days. Of course, get on board with Big Al's plays here. He's got the NHL Slapshot Game 4 tonight between the Lightning and Avalanche. Of course, the USFL games up here, Birmingham, New Orleans, as well as Philly and New Jersey are up there. And of course, plays here from MLB as well, individual plays up there. But again, your best value right now is going with the long term for Big Al. That 7-day pass is really good because if there's a 7th game in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, it'll be Tuesday, and that will fall under the 7-day All Sports Pass. You get the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals. Whether if it's a 5-game series, 6-game series, 7-game series, whatever it is, that is covered in that 7-day All Sports Pass from Big Al McMorty, as well as all his all his Major League Baseball, and of course the USFL games that he has posted up there at Pick Dawgz Premium. So get on board. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Big Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks so much, Tony.
You got it. Big Al McMorty here on the Drive Thru. Reminder, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll continue on here on the Drive Thru. And now it's time to welcome in Ninos. You'll find Al over at Pick Dawgz, where he's had a nice NHL season this year. He's out in Florida, so let's go ahead and bring him in right now. Al Ninos to the show. Al, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you, Tony?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. These Angels, they always have these funky start times, 6:48, 6:39. This one's 6:49 Eastern time. I don't know why they do this with the traffic in OC and LA. I mean, how are you going to get there to the games and during the week? But anyway, Angels here to host the Royals. You got the Angels here, 220, total of 8.
At least you don't have to worry about the traffic on the way home. I mean, except for exiting the stadium, that is. But yeah, pretty huge line here. Obviously, the Angels. Bigger names in the lineup, but one huge name out of it tonight. Mike Trout, a late scratch here, getting the night off. So we are seeing this line come down a bit. They were starting to become huge favorites. Still pretty big favorites here, the Angels at home. They do have a huge edge on the mound here with Shohei Ohtani getting the start against Daniel Lynch. Obviously, Ohtani is the much better starter, and I think maybe if you had Ohtani versus the Royals, I think Ohtani himself could outscore the Royals tonight. Yeah, I think he'll come out strong here. Not much of a sample size on these pitchers against these lineups, but I like Ohtani to have the better night here, obviously, against this lineup. Angels struggling lately, but again, this edge on the mound should help them at least get a win here during their little slump. So I'll take the Troutless Angels to win, and obviously they're huge favorites. So I had to take them on the run line, and with this price coming down, you could consider the -1 here too, as they are at home. You want to be careful laying those run lines with the home teams. But yeah, still pretty huge favorites. So let's just go with the Angels on the run line here. They should win pretty comfortably.
I'll need us. I'll go with the run line here, -103 against the Royals. But I've had it with this Angel team. I pretty much had it. You get some momentum in Seattle. You come home. You're facing. I understand Casey had success in Oakland, but this is the last place team. You've gone through this horrible losing streak. You can save face here. You've got an opponent you can handle, and you lose, and you get your pitching staff just falls apart. I mean, this is just very frustrating for the Angels. I was looking at this game, and I was thinking to myself, can the Angels really find something here and try to save face? Or it's Ohtani. Everyone's hanging their hands on Ohtani, but remember, he only averages 5 2/3 innings to start, so you got to still sweat the bullpen, especially in a run line situation.
Yeah, you sure do, but again, I think the Angels need to show up here, and as you said, it's a team they can beat. So, just knowing that, it's a bit less pressure going to the game, I think. And although you have more to lose, I guess, losing to a team like this, but it's definitely a team they can handle even without Trout. You could start looking at the under here, especially without Trout in the lineup. But again, as you said. Still will have to worry about the bullpens there, so I'm probably staying off the total. And I still like the Angels to get the job done and win by at least 2 here.
All right, Ninos on Angels run line, -1.5 runs, -103 against the Royals. This one will have a start time here. It's a late one here. It's 6:49 Eastern time. So check it out. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium, where you see top of the leaderboards, top unit producer in the NHL this season, 3,004 units of profit, all documented. Of course, tonight we got that big Game 4 between the Avalanche here as well as the Lightning. We still have 13 games on the board here. Make that 11 games. 11 games on the board here for Major League Baseball. Your Dodgers are in action in about 20 minutes against the Reds. We got some 6:40 starts as well coming up here. So 11 games on the board with that, as well as the NHL game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Got a 3-pack with my best bet in tonight's hockey game, and my 2 best bets in the MLB. I got my best bet in each sport separately if you're just looking for one big play and just like one sport. But again, a couple extra plays just one extra play, I should say, in the MLB for everyone in long-term passes. So make sure you get one of those or the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. I get on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dawgz Premium. You see the numbers, 3,004 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented over at Pick Dawgz. Of course, showing profit to the last 3 days as well. His featured play tonight is his 3-pack. He has an MLB NHL 3-pack up there. He takes his best bets, 2 best bets from baseball, puts it together with his NHL best bet, puts it together in a 3-pack, a 4-way price, just $40. A lot of plays sold individually as well up there on NIL's site. Of course, we've talked about the 7-day All Sports Pass, especially for the guys that are handicapping hockey. The 7-day pass is a great value right now. Get all of L's plays here for 7 days. if the Stanley Cup Finals go to Game 7, Game 7 will be on Tuesday. That will be covered under the 70L Sports Pass. So if this is a 5-game series, 6-game series, 7-game series, you are covered under that 70L Sports Pass. You get all of L's premium plays here from the Stanley Cup Finals, as well as his baseball. So a good time to get on board with that 7-day pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
We're going to tell you.
You got El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Hey, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a recap at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to bring in Rod Zawacki, who's been good to us here on the show with winners. So let's bring him in right now. You find him over at Pick Dawgz Premium. So let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacki right now. Rod, how's it going?
Going good, Tony. Hey, the Blue Jays got to win.
Yeah, they did. They got to win, but I saw the White Sox put up 5 on them. The bullpen's got the bullpens. I know there was a blowout win, but you should have won that one. You should have given up 1 or 2 in that one. But anyway, that Giolito's in trouble. That looked terrible the way he looked today. Gave up that grand slam, but was in trouble throughout the entire inning. He had to get out of trouble that first and second inning, and then they got to him in that big fourth. So Blue Jays,
oh yeah, big time. Blue Jays bullpens are looking a little bit beat up. Going forward, just to make.
But I was impressed with Ross. Ross Stripling mixing his pitches, got guys to swing and miss on his changeup. I mean, he's looking a little good. He's looking better now. He's showing some improvement. And here we go tonight. This is a good one, 7:40 Eastern time. The Twins and the Guardians. These Guardians are kind of sneaky good. One of those under the radar teams. We got maybe people confused that they're Guardians now. But anyway, Twins here, $1.65 total 8.5.
Yeah, exactly right. So if I make a boo boo and call them the Indians, well, don't shoot me. So we got taken the mound for the Guardians here, and he's had his up and downs this season. He's 4-5, but his last 2 starts, he's been pitching lights out. Team's got 2 wins. He's pitched 6 innings, pitched solid innings of work there. You look at Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray's had a solid season as well, pitching well here. So I think these first 5 innings, I think we're going to have a close, tight game. How far is Sonny Gray going to go? I'm not sure. You look at Ramirez for these Indians. His bat is on fire right now. So doesn't play for him. I think Ramirez over a base and a half. I think he gets a single or double and a single or a home run or whatever. We're also going to take the Guardians here at the plus money. I'm not going to lay that kind of money with the Twins here. Guardians playing the better ball, 8-2 their last 10. You look at the Guardians, 5-0 their last 5 games after their opponent allows 5+ runs in the previous game. They're also 7-0 in their last 7 when their opponent scores 5+ runs in the previous game. And you look the Twins here, Twins 3-7 and home here versus teams with winning records. And also they're 1-5 in their last 6 when their opponent allows 5+ runs in the previous game. And these Twins here, 0-4 their last 4 versus the AL Central. So give me the Guardians here, plus money. I think they get themselves another win here over these Twins.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. The Guardians are playing well. They got the win last night here, even though it was extra innings. Tristan McKenzie has actually put up some pretty good numbers this season. Last year he came in with a lot of hype, had a struggle, went to the minors, came back, and then he's just been on fire. He's this season a whip of .93, good ERA, OPS is fantastic amongst the starters in baseball. I like what I'm seeing here. The issue here I have with this Twins team, I didn't like the way they looked in Arizona. And I was afraid there was going to be some carryover.
No, yeah, they looked awful in Arizona, right? And then for me also, even late in this game, if the game is close and tight, I'll take the Guardians bullpen over the Twins bullpen. I think there's almost a 1-run difference there. If you look at the Twins bullpen, get 1 over the Guardians bullpen. So if it goes late and it's tight, I'd rather have the Guardians in my pocket than the Twins.
Yep, and I also respect the fact the Guardians played the Dodgers tough. It was close games. It wasn't blowout wins. It was very close. The pitchers, the pitchers there kept their composure against that Dodger lineup.
Yeah, exactly. So I like my win.
Yep.
No
Guardians here plus 145 here against the Twins. This one will have a start time 7:40 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium, where you've been on fire here on the ice here. 650 units of profit in the NHL. It is a big game for tonight between the Avalanche and Lightning. Still 11 games for Major League Baseball. We have 2 starting around 10 minutes. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
I got 4 plays over at Pick Dawgz Premium. One you can get singly, which is my NHL blank check. As you can see, we've been making money in hockey, and if you go back and look the last 30 days, which has been over these playoffs, I've been the second hottest handicapper over at Pick Dawgz during these playoffs. On the ice, jump on over, grab my NHL blank check. It's one of those ones you want to get, fill it out, bet what you can afford, and cash that in, as we're going to get a nice winner in that one. Also got my $15 bookie buster available over at Pick Dawgz Premium as well. Or that's included today in my bookie buster triple, where you'll get my 3 best bets in the MLB, all for $35. So then instead of having one $15 bookie buster, I've got 3 $15 bookie busters, all available to one guaranteed package for you over there at Pick Dawgz Premium. Scoop it up. I believe that's the name of our bookie buster triple. Or the best way you get it all of my best bets. Grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day. And like I said, I'm dabbling in the CFL, probably dabbling a little bit in the WNBA here. Definitely have lots of baseball going, usually 3-4 plays a day. So definitely lots of ways to make money. And up money over the last month, too. So, hey, long-term success. Let's get some more winners.
Get some more winners indeed. Get on board here with Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dawgz Premium. 650 units of profit in the NHL, fully documented. Tonight, you can get on board with the Rod's one-day pass with his bookie buster. He's put together his 3 best bets in MLB. Of course, his NHL blank check. He's been on fire on the ice here. $30 NHL player. Come off a winner here in game number 3. He's ready to provide a winner for you in game 4 of this series. But again, we've also, the bookie buster is up there for $15. It's also part of that 3-pack, so you can choose there. Keep an eye on that. Of course, the long-term pass, so we talk about that 3, 7, and 30-day all-sports pass. That 7-day pass is a fantastic value because that covers the remainder of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. If there's a Game 7, it's Tuesday. That will fall within that 7-day all-sports pass. So you've got Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. Of course, we know 6 and 7 if necessary, but if they are necessary, they'll be part of that 7-day all-sports pass with Rod Zawacki. So get on board with that. You could add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper motion. Even greater value there. All right, so as always, great having the show, Rod. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again on Friday. Little lag there with the connection, but I'm pretty sure he's
like a little bit of lag there.
A little bit of lag, just a little bit of lag.
Good night.
Good night yourself. All right, Rod Zawacki here on the drive. Little bit of lag, just a little bit. All right, we'll talk with Rod again on Friday. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, guys. Man, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Now it's time for my picks, so let me go ahead and get my card up for you guys. We're going to Major League Baseball tonight. A little juicy here, but I'm confident with it. Let's bring it up right now. We've got the Tigers here on the road against the Red Sox. The Red Sox about 40, total of 8. I'll be looking here at the home team, the Boston Red Sox. Give me the Boston lineup in this one. Minus 140. So I know Scooball's going to start here for Detroit. Had a little struggles there in his last start. He has put up some impressive numbers this year, but he's got a pretty good FIP as well. Waka has been solid as well. ERA 2.28, WHIP of 1.03. He has a ground ball rate of 40%, limits his home runs. But again, this is a Tigers team that has lost 8 of 10, dropping the first 2 of the series. They just struggle to score runs. Boston has won 7 of 9, and again, you got the better lineup here. And the bullpen has been doing okay here with the Boston Red Sox. So I'll take Boston here at a reduced. Listen, this was 155 earlier. I'm getting some value here on this Red Sox team. So I'll take the Red Sox here at minus the 140. Hey guys, check out Pick Dawgz Premium. I am a top units producer right now over at Pick Dawgz. I've got my 3-pack right now going for Major League Baseball. My best bets in a 3-pack. Also, if you're looking for my $15 premium, I've hit them Monday and Tuesday. Two straight winners in a row with that $15 premium. I have that up there as well, as all my action is in the primetime hours tonight. So get on board with my plays, my 3-pack, my 3 best bets and a 3-pack for you. Or you can get my $15 standalone play, my premium pick for $15. Like I said, that we've hit it the last 2 nights in a row. So get on board with that. Of course, the long-term pass will serve you better. The 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass, you get all of my premium plays, baseball there for the next 30 days or 3 or 7, when you choose. For that low price, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper motion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Now it is time for the recap, so let's go ahead and recap the plays for today. Chris got us started here. Brewers, Cardinals, no run first inning. The return minus 115. Sean likes the Mariners Athletics under 7. Ninos, Angels run line minus 1.5 runs, minus 103 against the Royals. Rod was on the Guardians plus 145 against the Twins. Yours truly here, Red Sox minus 140 against the Tigers. Al McMorty with the Braves here at minus 130 against the Giants. And the one I like the most, I like Rod's play here with the Guardians. I think that's a really good value with McKenzie. And of course, you got the Cleveland Guardians bullpen, which is performing well. And again, like I said, I did not like the look of these Twins in that Arizona series, kind of carrying it over a little bit here in this one. So that's the one I like. That'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place to give out live winners for the games in prime time. Don't forget, always get started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We have Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Of course, in the morning show, Chris, Mitch, Brian Bitler, of course, with their shows. We've got Mitch's betting tool show that's now up there during midweek, so check those out. Set those notifications because you want to be notified when these shows are live. It's not always on the scheduled time, so just make sure you set the notifications there. Of course, especially with the betting tool show, you can check that out there and by subscribing and setting those notifications. Also, a lot of video series up there at Pick Dawgz. We've got Ron Romanelli. He does a complete MLB rundown for you every single day. Check that out. Also, we got our man Javon Burtz with his parlay of the day for you. We got Brian Bitler, 2 video series. Take It to the Bank is one of them, and of course he also has another. Also has another video up there as well. So lots of video production here from Pick Dawgz, with a lot of cappers now contributing to the videos, as well as, of course, don't forget we got Chris's contributions as well with the videos. So guys, so check it out. A lot of good content over at Pick Dawgz. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, and don't forget to tune in. I don't know if it may be Wednesday. I think they're going to settle on a Saturday. I'm not for sure, but we'll find out tomorrow from Mills and Brad Francis with their MMA show. Hope to check them out as well on their next show. They do great work. Of course, Mills has been on fire here in the MMA as well. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew for tonight. Wait, goodbye to you guys. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow live